Hello, welcome. I am on the other side of surgery. It is about 9 days since I recorded the last episode. I wanted to get as much healing as possible in to really get a sense for how it was going. So here I am. And I want to talk about what's been going on. Spoiler, it's not been a lot of gigging. And what I kind of learned from it, or just at least kind of what my mindset is as I go into, I guess this is episode 10. So it's going to be a weird time, but it's been an interesting time. So let's talk about it. So, what have I been doing this week? Healing. That's what I've been doing this week. And it's actually been 9 days since I turned on this camera. So, the surgery went pretty well, as far as I can tell. Obviously, I don't have any frame of reference. Someone can tell you that theirs went well or bad, but until you experience it, you don't really know what good or bad even feels like. But the good news is I do have pretty much full mobility with a little bit of stiffness. I feel like I have pretty much full sensation in my fingertips, which is very encouraging. There's still a little soreness right here where I still have stitches. So I've been told to kind of do this sort of thing just to kind of keep moving the fingers so I guess they don't get stiff, maybe helps the muscles. I don't know. I have physical therapy starting on Monday next week, so that will actually be the day this goes live. So when you're watching this, if you see it when the day I post it, I'm in physical therapy. Meanwhile, I've had a very unusual week for the obvious reasons and a non-obvious reason. I am currently wearing black because I have started, at least sometimes, doing mixing, audio mixing for a friend of mine who I've been in a band with in the past. His name is Andy Heller, and he has a company called Audio Pro Group, and he does sound for local theaters and events. And he needed someone to cover it on the Saturday after my surgery, which I think is 2 days, maybe 3 days after the surgery. I've already forgotten when the surgery was. I think it was Wednesday, actually. So that was 3 days. So I was pretty immobile at the time. But I was mobile enough that I could get my car, get there, and handle faders with the one hand that I had functioning at that point. Back then, my hand was probably like just doing this over and over again and keeping my hand elevated. So as long as they didn't need me to move equipment or set things up physically, I was comfortable doing that. Even changing the batteries on the wireless microphones was a little difficult at that point in time, and I think that would be a lot easier today because I'm doing it again today. So why am I doing sound? Well, one, there's a friend and he asked if I could help. I know a thing or two about music because, of course, I'm a musician, and I love any opportunity to learn anything adjacent, especially now. I called the video Downtime. It's kind of the tip, but it's also just a description of what's going on right now. While I'm in this downtime, with the music and with the mixing specifically, it seems like a good time to do that. And it is a little extra money, which is fantastic, but also just, I think the more that I learn about how to make things sound good, the better I will be as an entertainment act, more so than as a musical performer. So that's something that I'm pretty excited about, and it's just perfectly timed. It's a great distraction. It's great to have something to do that is right-sized for my ability at the moment. The other thing that happened, kind of also mixing related, was just this Thursday, I was at the First Friday event, big pardon, Third Thursday. It's the same organizer in Palo Alto on California Avenue. And I was there running sound for my old band, which Andy is in. So I was there just trying to make sure that the band sounded as good as I could make them, I had so much fun. Actually, it was actually pretty fun to do that. I don't think this is like the thing that I will do kind of going forward, but it is a thing I will do. I need to do it for myself anyway, but being the dedicated sound person, I take a very active role with it. I was trying to make sure that everyone was heard at all their brightest moments, that the vocalists, especially the lead vocalists, were very clear and crisp and above the mix, that any solo was happening was very easy to hear. It was fun. I was really messing with a lot of the nuanced stuff, and I understand that that's called dynamic mixing. Anyway, apparently I'm a dynamic mixer. So, given I'm the sort of person that can get really frustrated if I go to a place and the mix is not great, it was super fun and validating to have that to do, and it felt like doing music when I can't perform in other ways. So, really enjoyed that. The cool thing about this moment, beyond the fact that I had this opportunity, which I was not expecting, just kind of helped a friend out and it's turning into a thing, is I'm able to spend some time really kind of making sure that my marketing materials, I guess you can call them, broadly speaking, which includes the YouTube channel, were really where I wanted them to be. I had some downtime even within the downtime at the sound thing. And I spent that time working on my website, making sure that the copy on my website was accurate, and checking my YouTube channel, making sure that I had, I have a playlist. If you haven't checked out my playlists, I do kind of try to curate those things. And so like there's a gig videos one. Someone could peruse that and get a sense for what to expect from one of my shows. And I have stuff in there from like 2019, or I had stuff in there from 2019 that, while it's cool to have the archival process of learning to perform, it is not representative of me as a performer today at all. You can see the lines between the two, but it's not who I am anymore. So I wanted to make sure that I had a very clean presentation of what I do. That's why this channel exists, actually. I had another channel before this one. It still exists, Riffington. Maybe I'll send up the link to it if you're curious. I had a video that went viral, playing viral-ish. It's like 500,000 views, playing the Final Countdown by Europe on Rocksmith on the guitar. It's a hodgepodge of stuff, including my very, very early videos of me learning how to play guitar and sometimes sing. But this channel is really about, this is who I am as a performer, this is what I do for a living, and these chats now. And I want to make sure that that represents me. And I want to make sure that my website also represents me. So like I had some stuff about being a regular Twitch streamer. I do occasionally stream. I did stream right before the surgery, but I don't want to lead with that because that's not true anymore. I'm not doing that regularly now. It may be true again and then I'll add it back. But right now I'm a performer for hire and I want to lead with that. Yeah, so the downtime, despite being kind of obviously, actually dealing with physically painful things and luckily all over-the-counter medication, so my head's been clear. And I've been able to really make some forward progress on things that I wouldn't have dedicated the time to if I was just kind of in the flow of performing it every week. So this downtime is actually a really good opportunity to stop, reflect. I'm going to be scheduling time to get headshots for my website. I'm going to be spending some time updating my business cards. There's a lot of these like little things that there's no time like the present to do it. So it's actually been pretty valuable. It's been more useful having this downtime than I would have credited it, rather than just being a negative, which was that I was building momentum, I was getting gigs, and I was getting networking, and all this great stuff was happening. Now I'm forced to stop, slow down, make sure all the other periphery, that I'm not losing opportunities because the foundational stuff that I do to represent myself wasn't in place. It wasn't accurate, wasn't up to date, wasn't professional looking. I'm going to create a press kit, for instance, and that's going to include video and audio. I'm able to make like higher quality videos like I did with Margaritaville with that little Insight camera. I'm redoing my trailer video. So there's a bunch of stuff going on that I'm going to be taking advantage of this downtime and turning it into a positive. I guess the learning is, maybe sometimes you don't know what's good until you're there. And, downtime can actually be a gift when you kind of let it be. So with that, I'm going to go back, continue to heal, and I will talk to you folks next time. The next video probably going to have some more, I have an idea what it's going to be. I think it'll be kind of fun. You have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.